Mueller report shows Trump campaign left itself wide open to Russians, officials say.
Here's a summary of the article.
Washington, the Mueller report's narrative of secret meetings between members of Donald Trump's orbit and Russian operatives, contacts that occurred both before and after the 2016 election, portrays a political campaign that left itself open to a covert Russian influence operation, former intelligence officials and other experts say. While finding no criminal conspiracy, the report shows that Trump associates met with Russians after the intelligence community said in October 2016 that Russia was interfering in the presidential election, and even after the Obama administration announced a set of post-election sanctions to punish Russia for that behavior. The Mueller report says the special counsel investigated whether Russia's wooing of Trump officials constituted a third avenue of attempted Russian interference with or influence on the 2016 presidential election, in addition to Russian hacking of Democratic emails and social media manipulation through false personas. The report says, Russian government officials and prominent Russian businessmen began trying to make inroads into the new administration. The most senior levels of the Russian government encouraged these efforts. Who is not mentioned in the redacted Mueller report, was seeking to expand Russian influence on Republicans and the National Rifle Association at the direction of a senior Russian central banker, court records show. Trump has repeatedly praised Russian President Vladimir Putin, resisted acknowledging Russian election interference, and denigrated the NATO alliance. Russian outreach after the election. Many of the interactions between the Trump campaign and Russians outlined in the Mueller report had been previously detailed in news reports, including conversations between Michael Flynn, Jared Kushner and the Russian ambassador, and Kushner's request to use a secure communications channel in the Russian embassy.
This post received a score of 5,787, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than, like a $4 hooker at a $5 hooker convention.
Trump's former DIA head Chuck Rosenberg was and made an excellent point about just how bad Volume 1 the Russia interference, collusion section is, even if you replace Russia with Switzerland and President with any other senior U.S. official, the behavior it describes is still horrifyingly immoral and unpatriotic. The fact that it's the president, and that they were doing all of that with one of the U.S. most hostile and powerful geopolitical adversaries makes it 10 times worse. Mueller decided there wasn't sufficient evidence for statutory conspiracy to hack computers. Awesome, but have we really sunk so low as a country that is the standard? Do we really have to make the amoral, conniving, venal tub of effluent described in that report the Republican nominee in 2020?
Dude, they still think the report exonerated him. They are the new lost cause.
I literally had someone say something along the lines of, "You've lost, get over it." There will be a response to this when I was pointing out that the report was pretty damning. I pointed out all of the elements that were damning in the report and people accused me of either being a paid shill, straight up lying, or some combination therein. The report is pretty clear, and none of it is a good look on Trump, regardless of whether he was able to escape charges via a combination of how the statutes are written and the fact that the DOJ has a policy of no indicting the president. None of it was exonerating.
Greater than you've lost, get over it. There will be a response to this. People say the same thing about Brexit. It's like they're all the same person. It's weird.
And they're the ones screeching about NPCs. There's a reason our Self-Aware has seemingly unlimited content every day.
Never seen that sub before. I'm about to go down the rabbit hole.
Russia, if you're listening, nobody should ever forget that and the fact that this clown stood on stage in Helsinki and sided with Russia over his own country. If that doesn't make you a traitor, I don't really know what does.
I'd rather be a Russian than a Democrat. Trump supporters. Their leaders like Mitch McConnell is blatantly abusing power, stacking courts, and stonewalling every possible bill he can to keep them in power. We're facing a terrifying precedent being set by these traitors, and I'm really not sure what the solution is. Everyone says get out and vote, which is great, we absolutely should, but they are actively trying to impede and obstruct an election. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if they start calling shenanigans when they lose in 2020, or manage to actually hack the election, with the help of Russia, to keep themselves in power.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.